bring you the latest in the world of sports. I'm Zihir Basho.
We bring you the conversations you want to hear from your favorite icons and athletes. I'm Bea Escudero, and in tonight's Game Plan. The Cignal HD Spikers extend the Bronze Series while MVP Tots Carlos leads the 2022 Open Conference Premier Team.
We'll also talk about Barangay Ginebra's secret weapon and Tony Bishop's do-it-all game for Meralco in the PBA Governors Cup Finals. And JV Casio helps us list down the breakout stars in the UAAP Season 84 men's basketball. Buckle up, sports fans. Let's get in the game.
The Premier Volleyball League has announced the best of the best in the 2022 Open Conference. The Premier team is led by conference most valuable player, Tots Carlos. Tonight, my partner, F2 Logistics Cargo Mover, and the 2019 Reinforced Conference Best Opposite Spiker, Zihir Basho, helps us discuss this explosive PVL game day and the 2022 Open Conference Premier team. Z, it's an honor to have you here. Oh my gosh, you know, the last time that we were together, it was also here in the show.
Correct. So it's nice to be back and be working with you
exactly.
again.
Okay, so let's just get right to it. No?
Okay.
Earlier, we had the game 2 of the Chocomucho versus Cignal HD Spikers, and it also ended in a 4-game set. But grabe, one all na sila.
Yes.
What are your thoughts on the game and how you think the players did?
Definitely, there was more ball control, more effective ball control on the side of Cignal HD Spikers. Makikita natin at the end of the game, lamang na lamang sila in digs, blocks, and aces. So you can see na defense does win games. And I know for a fact that, syempre, Cignal and Chocomucho actually came from one bracket during the elimination round. And Cignal actually ended up on top, and then second was Chocomucho. So I feel like Cignal, kailangan talaga nila bumawi this game, and they did not upset their fans, definitely. So they got it in 4 sets as well.
Now, what do you think, though, was the reason behind, Chocomucho's lack of, control, kumbaga, in the game earlier?
I think it just seemed like Cignal was more prepared. I heard that Dina is suffering some sort of injury, and as we saw during their first game naman of the series, she was really the playmaker of the team. Talagang siya yung nagko-command for each and every player inside the court and off the court. And siguro losing her composure for a bit, medyo na-rattle yung Chocomucho, as she is one of the leaders in the team as well.
Well, there's definitely more to look forward to since there is another game coming up. But let's move on, of course, to the Premier team. Now, this is very exciting, actually, Z. Kasi earlier lang, they announced the whole list.
Yes.
Now, what are your thoughts on the list? Was there anyone in specific that surprised you from this list? Or were you, basically, okay, sure na talaga tong mga nasa list na to?
Yes, as I told you earlier, Bea, there was no shock at all kung sino yung lumabas dito sa Premier team na to. But I think the shock was not one of the household names of the PVL athletes who were there. Like, you would usually probably hear Alyssa Valdez, the Gia Morados. Yes. But now, parang they're saying na parang this is like a younger squad of elite athletes at this point in time. So, I guess that's what's shocking. Pero performance-wise, we've seen na such a unique way, especially being a player for Creamline Pool Smashers.
That definitely. Now, okay, let's talk a little more about Tots Carlos because grabe siya. She dominates talaga the court for the Creamline School Smashers. Now, what are your thoughts about her? Because she won 2 awards.
Yes.
Grabe yun, diba? Exciting talaga yun. Now, let's talk about naman the game now.
Okay.
Kasi grabe yun. Okay. People are saying that this is sort of a renewed rivalry. Kasi, Petrogas won against them in 2019, diba? Right. The Reinforced Conference. The 2019 Open Conference naman, it was Creamline. So tingin mo ba, there is some sort of rivalry between these two teams?
I'd like to think so. If there's anyone who's been up against Creamline consistently, it's been Petrogas. As you mentioned, mapa open conference man yan or may imports man, we saw them play head-to-head talaga up until the last game. So And I think rivalries are good for the sport, for the league, and for the fans, syempre.
Of course, it's so much better now because lahat
Yes.
sila nasa isang
That's
league,
right.
diba?
That's right, Bea.
Okay, so let's talk again about the game 2 that's happening right at this very moment.
Yes.
Grabe, super exciting. But of course, I want to ask you, who do you think will take game 2?
Oh my God, before I answer that question,
You're watching it?
update, nandito nga pala.
Okay, pakita mo na lang.
Right now, ayan, the first
Ayan.
set was taken by Creamline. Second
Creamline.
set is happening right now, but 8 points ahead ang
8
Petrogas.
points.
So, I guess the safe answer would be, as a volleyball fan, I would want to see a game 3.
Definitely. I think all of us would want that because diba
Yes.
nakaka-excite talaga eh. Especially
Sobra.
when both of these teams are going at it talaga on the court.
Correct.
So, okay, going to, let's say, mag-game 3 tayo. It will all happen on Sunday, by the
Yes.
way, diba? And it all depends if Petrogas will be able to win. What do they have to do in order for them to stay in the light?
I think they have their attacks sorted out. I think just as how Cignal won earlier, they have to be consistent in their digging and blocking. So basically their defense at the net and on the floor. I feel like they need to step that up, and then they can convert naman easily. I've played against Petrogas, no question yung attacking prowess nila. And especially if they're up against a team like Creamline na alam naman natin, no doubt, they're up there for the
Yes,
attacking
definitely.
skill. I think that would make the difference for Team Petrogas.
What about for Creamline? Kasi, I mean, everybody loves Creamline. I'm
Yes.
sure, diba? And obviously, they're really one of those people that are hard to beat, kumbaga, diba? What do you think they would have to do today to be able to just win it all?
I think they have all the ingredients that they need to pull through this match. Nakita naman natin sila over the years. They've been present in the final series always. And now, especially with the addition of say Tots Carlos na
Yes.
nag-MVP and nag-best opposite, I think they just need to be consistent all throughout the game.
Grabe, it's really heating up on the court and I love
Super.
seeing it. Thank you so much, Z, for your thoughts.
Thank you, Bea.
After the break, Larry Funacher joins us to break down Barangay Ginebra's secret weapon as well as the impact of Tony Bishop's do-it-all game for the Meralco Bolts. Stay tuned, you're watching The Game.
to the game. The PBA Governors Cup Finals is firing on all cylinders and Game 2 is happening right now at the Mall of Asia Arena. Ayan, makikita natin it's already the third quarter and Ginebra is now up 60-42 against Meralco. And on that note, it is time to talk about the bigger storylines surrounding the finals. Joining us tonight is 7-time PBA champion Larry Fonacher. Larry, welcome to the game.
Hi, Larry. Hi. Nice to see you again.
Hi, Bea, Dizzy.
Hi.
Thank you for having me.
All right, so let's get to it. You said you wanted to bring up some key narratives in the PBA finals regarding these two teams. Let's start with Barangay Ginebra. You said meron silang secret weapon in this series and it is their championship experience. What do you say?
Oh, that's so obvious, Dizzy. I mean, Coach Tim Cohn's resume is so unmatched. I mean, it's his 7th finals with Ginebra and, you know, Ginebra's been in the finals 8 times since 2010 with 5 rings. I mean, we all know Coach Tim. He's won everywhere he's gone to, and you know this is such a familiar ground for him that he basically knows what to do even when his eyes are closed. No, so it's really an advantage for Ginebra to be led under probably the greatest coach in PBA history.
Yes, Larry, definitely no. Championship experience really does matter, but you know, as a 7-time champ. We're talking about you, ha, Larry. And of course, a finals MVP yourself. How does all of that experience, you know, from the coach to the players with multiple titles translate into, you know, a court, like inside the court as a Game 7 series?
Oh, it's, you come into the game probably the highest kind of pressure situation, PBA finals. No, you come into the series very confident. You know that your leader knows what he's doing, and you're just willing to follow him. I forgot to add, no, yung core nila of L.A. Tenorio, Justin Brownlee, and Scotty Thompson. Those guys play so well. They're like a well-oiled machine. They just know how to play well with each other. No, so it's really fun. It's a beautiful thing to watch a team. Go back again and again to the finals and just really dominate the league.
Mm-hmm. That's right. But even as Ginebra is up right now in the third quarter, let's not forget Meralco won the first game. You said there's a key factor in this team, and that is Tony Bishop. Mm-hmm. It's his do-it-all game. What can you say about that, Larry?
He's a really special import. I think Coach Norman made a really great call when he decided to go with Tony Bishop instead of Alan Durham. I mean, Alan Durham was really a beast for them for the past few years, but Tony Bishop was a revelation for him. I mean, this guy is deadly anywhere. He can make the 3, mid-range, post-up, and he just makes so many smart plays and makes his teammates so much better. And you know, his teammates feed off him. They play really confident because they know they have an import that can take them all the way.
Now, Larry, you know, both teams right now in the finals, they're not 100%. Now, speaking of Chris Panchero from Meralco, he played in Game 1, but again, he is not 100%. And of course, Japeth Aguilar from Ginebra, such a big name and a key player for Ginebra, he is also injured. So, for you, who is the deeper team, you know, in this series? Let's start off with Ginebra.
Oh, I think, you know, I don't think everyone's fully healthy when it's the finals. I mean, everyone's been scarred from the regular season all the way to the semis. And, you know, I think Meralco right now has the edge in depth, but just because Japeth is injured. Japeth's such a huge factor for Ginebra, and I'm sure they're feeling his absence during Game 1. But, you know, for me, Meralco has the deeper bench. They have 8 sturdy guys that are really solid. And plus, I have to mention, you know, when Meralco wins, it's usually Aaron Black and Alain Maliksi hitting double-digit in scoring. Those guys have been so vital for Meralco, who has been a team that has lacked a consistent offensive firepower all these years. But now it seems that those weaknesses have been filled up by Aaron and Alain.
Now, you know, we all know, Larry, that Meralco has also seen the finals before, but somewhat they always do fall short. Now, what do you think would their advantage be coming into this finals against Ginebra?
Probably their health. And having lost to Ginebra for so many, like for I don't know, 3 or 4 series or final series already. I mean, they have probably built their lineup just to challenge Ginebra, and I think this lineup of theirs is probably the most complete and solid I've seen. I mean, they are complete in all positions: point guard, shooting guard, even they're big. So you can see in how they're competing. They have the familiarity to play against Ginebra. But, obviously today Ginebra has made some great adjustments that they're really up big against Meralco.
That's right, and they're still up right now in the third quarter with about 9 minutes left. Okay, ito, last question, Larry. Fearless forecast. Who will win in how many games?
Kailangan specific ha, Larry.
Oh my gosh.
You have to say which team
Yes.
and pang ilang games sila mananalo.
I came to this show today not expecting that, because that is so hard
Surprise.
to answer. Game 7, I have Meralco winning this one just by a slight margin. Yun lang. No guarantees. I just have a feeling that they can finally pull this one off.
Yes. Ayan guys, you heard it here from Larry
Yes.
Fornacher himself. Thank you so much, Larry, for joining us tonight.
Thank you, Zibia.
When we return, JV Casio this time helps us list down the breakout stars in the UAAP Season 84 men's basketball. Stay tuned, you're watching The Game. It's the last day of the first round of the UAAP men's basketball tomorrow in the SM Mall of Asia Arena. And at 10 a.m., UE will look to get its first win against NU. And then LaSalle will try to bounce back against Adamson. Ateneo looks to stay undefeated against UST at 4 p.m. And at 7 p.m., the red-hot UP Fighting Maroons take on the FEU Tamaraos. As we approach the end of the first round, let's talk about some breakout stars in the UAAP basketball season so far. And joining us is UAAP commentator and LaSalle legend, JV Casio. Good evening, JV.
Hi,
Good
JV.
evening. Good evening, Z. Good evening, Bea. Thank you. Thank you for having me here.
JV, before we get to the questions or the discussion at hand, I want to ask, since first round na, I mean, it's about to end. How has it been so far for you?
It's been great. Just being really, really fun and enjoying the every moment of it. Watching it live and analyzing the game and just really parang masayang-masaya ako na nagagawa ko ito.
Nakaka-miss siguro, no, for JV kasi he's finally
Yes.
back in the UAP, but for something even better.
Siyempre, best
Yes.
seats in the house pa.
Yes, exactly.
I wanted to ask, JV, before we go through the list, ano yung hinahanap mo in an athlete para ma-include siya dito sa breakthrough athlete list mo?
Well, ano lang naman, some players who have, let's say, not very good season before, last season, pero ngayon they've been an impact player, and other players also that coming up from a rookie season that we didn't expect that they would play and give a very, very impactful game for their team. So those basically are yung mga tinitingnan ko for the for the players. And I just happy and enjoy to share it with you guys.
All right, first on your list is UP's Xavier Lucero, 13.3 points, 7.7 rebounds per game. What can you tell us about him?
Well, Xavier Lucero, he's a very versatile player, a very athletic player at that. And what I like about his game is it's an all-around game. He just brings a lot of energy for the team. He doesn't force his shots, he's doing the right things, screening and getting rebounds and diving to the basket. And he is the leading scorer of the UP, and that's why they're 5-1 right now. And it's all because of him. At his first game, 2 points and I think 3 rebounds lang siya. Pero after that, multiple best player awards. And that's really a great thing for UP and a very impact player for them.
Now, JV, let's talk about our alma mater naman. Okay, let's talk about the half of the Phillips brothers, specifically si Michael Phillips. Now, he was recruited from the US, Ohio specifically.
Yes.
And, he has been a very vital part of the LaSalle team. Now, of course, he also averages 6.8 points and 10.3 rebounds per game. What are your thoughts about Michael?
Well, he just complements the team very well, especially Justin Baltasar. Justin Baltasar can also do those things. Pero, of course, madami kailangan gawin si Justin. He's their go-to guy and he's their main anchor for the defense. But Michael Phillips helps him with that and averaging 10 rebounds a game and with 5 offensive rebounds at that. Parang Dennis Rodman nga, and daming rebounds, di ba? Pero what's really amazing is the energy he brings every time inside. And it just really helps, especially down low where ang dami ring magagaling na bigs dito sa UAAP.
All right, from LaSalle, let's go to Ateneo naman.
Yung alma mater naman ni Z.
Okay, let's talk about Tyler Teo, who took masters pa para lang makapaglaro pa ng UAAP.
Yes, and that's what I like. Because I did that also to play my last year.
Talaga?
Iba talaga pag
Oo,
UAAP.
totoo.
Yes, and that's great. And from last season, this is what I said na yung last season, medyo okay lang yung game niya. I think he averages around 3 points a game. But now, off the bench still, but he has impacted the bench of Ateneo very well. He averages around 8 points a game. And at that, every third quarter, I think it's Tyler Teo time is making an impact on every third quarter, shooting threes. And he is really a scorer and he is showing it right now.
Sabi nga nila, diba, he's not anymore Tyler Teo, it's Tyler Trio. Diba? Kasi grabe,
Yes.
every single time, parang pumapasok lahat ng threes niya. Diba? But let's go naman to, let's go to the FEU Tamaraws. Let's talk about RJ Abarientos. Now, we all know that RJ is really one of the key players of FEU. What are your thoughts on him and why is he considered your breakout star for the FEU Tamaraws?
Well, there, you seen it, 15.8 points per game. That's very,
Grabe.
very good for a rookie. But we have heard of RJ Abarientos from Gilas, of course. We know he's good. But after these 6 games, he is really, really good. And he made 33 points against NU. And just last night, a winning shot at that. against Adamson, and they're one of their go-to guys. And coming kay LJ Gonzalez, medyo galing pa siya sa injury. If these two guys can maging parehas ang laro, and that's gonna be very dangerous for a lot of things. But right now, he's carrying the load on the scoring end, and he is the very parang exciting player to watch for them.
Now, okay, JV, I just want to ask, kasi si RJ, people say that he's not exactly a flashy player. But what makes him so effective, on the court alongside his teammates?
Well, he's very creative in new ways on how he finds to score. And also, he recognizes his teammates. He can give excellent passes, and he reads the ball screen very well. And once he can get his game going, he's very, very dangerous, especially his three-point shot. Actually, parang minsan effortless yung dalaw. Kaya sinasabi siguro hindi flashy, pero it's really, really creative and very, very, very good player.
All right, last question, JV. I wanted to ask, kung napag-usapan natin breakthrough players, how about a breakthrough team this season so far?
Well, I would say NU having a breakthrough season. I know that they know what they can do and what they have delivered. And they are 3-3 right now, but I am very impressed on how they are very disciplined, and they, like you said, yung breakout team na to, it's because they challenge every team that they face, especially yung mga contenders. They challenge them very hard. They make it tough for them, and I believe they could have won some of the games, and it's just a very, very close game. And praise to Coach Jeff Napa and his coaching staff that instilling a very, very good system to compete in this UAAP season.
There's really so much more to look forward to, especially since first round pa lang, diba? There's still so
Yes.
much to look forward to. Thank you so much, JV,
Thank
for
you.
joining us here in the game.
Thank you, Z. Thank you, Bea.
Thank you for joining us. I'm Bea Escudero.
Catch us weeknights here on One News, One Sports, and One Sports Plus. I'm Ziher Basho, and this has been The Game.